Hey everyone, Mr. Sujano here, your source for gaming, tech, emulation, and open source news. Let's get started. Alright, to kick things off, yes, I am camping again. I've got a winter hat on here, I'm double flanneled up. It's a very cold morning and, well, I gotta keep warm here. I forgot to put on gloves, but that's okay. And it's the first thing in the morning here. It's an absolutely gorgeous day. We're stretching the camping season as much as we can. We don't really have a whole lot left. So we're enjoying every moment while we can, and come along with me on this nice brisk morning walk and we'll talk some news. So first up here, we're talking about Nintendo 3DS emulation on Android, and 3DS emulation is back on the Google Play Store. Lime 3DS has officially launched on the Google Play Store. And for those who may not be aware, Lime 3DS is a continuation of Citra. Now, there have been a number of people who have asked me if stuff like Lime 3DS and other Citra forks are going to be shut down. And my answer here is I don't think so. Realistically, the Yuzu lawsuit was, well, it was just Nintendo and Yuzu, and I think Citra was just collateral damage. I'm pretty sure that Nintendo just wanted the Yuzu team to shut down Citra as one of the conditions of that whole settlement. But who knows here, we'll see moving forward, but from my understanding, Citra should be fine, so Lime 3DS and extension should be fine. Moving on, and we're talking about the Internet Archive. Now, the Internet Archive, we talked about it being hacked earlier on in the week here, and obviously that's not good. But it turns out that apparently here, email addresses for all login IDs have been being leaked or unmasked for a long period of time. I think exposed is a better word for it, but anyways here, there were some serious security measures that were not being addressed. So this whole hacking of the Internet Archive may have some benefits for the security of everyone using it. Now, I could be wrong here, but I'm assuming that the Internet Archive is going to take increased measures to increase security. I'm at least hoping so. We'll see how things go moving forward. It's still kind of crappy that the Internet Archive was hacked and that it gets DDoSed all the frickin' time. But hopefully out of all of this, we've got increased security. The Internet Archive is more secure and better for everyone. So as kind of a pro tip here, if you used your personal email with an Internet Archive account, you may want to just go ahead and change that password too, just to be safe. There are a lot of people who use the same passwords or variations of the same password for a lot of different things. And that's obviously not recommended, but if you do, you may just want to go ahead and change your passwords just to be extra safe. Next up, we're talking about PS4 emulation with PS Off. Now, PS Off is reportedly going closed source. I don't know the reason why, I don't know the motivation behind it, but it appears that they are making this emulator closed source. And on top of that, they have an announcement. So they say here, the compatibility repo is now the main repository for the project. And PS Off Public has now gone public archive. Send your Fs to it. At this point, they're almost at the finish line to beat the previous iteration of the emulator in all aspects, since rendering is on the way and almost there. Thank you for listening and being there and supporting us. We really appreciate it. You guys are the main reason the project is still going and gets better every day. So PS Off Public is dead and PS Off Premium is replacing it. So before I judge PS Off, I'm gonna have to wait and see how things shape up. I mean, right now the emulator doesn't even render anything, so it's not like the end user can actually use it to play games. Right now for PS4 emulation, Chad PS4 is out front by a very wide margin. And in terms of how things shape up for PS Off moving forward, I would say closed source is not ideal at all. Maybe ideal for the development team so no one steals their ideas or whatever. But at the same time, for the community, it's probably not that great. Next up, I'm quickly talking about a brand new Game Boy Color game in development that's shaping up real nicely. It's a racing game called Vroon. It's shaped after games like Top Gear here. And the developer on this one is posting status updates over on Twitter, or X. Unfortunately, I don't have a release date just yet. I don't know the price of this thing or if it's going to be free or what's going on. But I do know that the game looks really cool. I am interested in it, and let me know your thoughts about it after seeing the footage in the comments below. And speaking about release dates, next up here we're talking about Super Mario Party Jamboree. And it turns out that this game has already leaked online. The game's not set to come out for another few days, but at the same time here, not surprisingly, the game is online. And people have been posting videos to YouTube playing this on their Switch already. So I'm assuming not only digital versions have leaked, but also possibly physical carts. Who knows here, but if you are trying to avoid spoilers for this game, you may not want to be watching YouTube videos of gameplay for the next week or so, because more than likely people are posting leaked footage of this thing just for views. Next up here, we're talking about Tomb Raider. Now, we talked about Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 in the past being remastered. We talked about it a couple of times. Well, it turns out that Aspyr has just announced that Tomb Raiders 4, 5, and 6 are being remastered as well. And their pages are already up on GOG and Steam for pre-order. Now, on a side note here, for those who may not be familiar with the numbering system of Tomb Raider, for example, games 4, 5, and 6, it's Tomb Raider: The Last Revelation, Tomb Raider Chronicles, and Tomb Raider: The Angel of Darkness. And apparently you will be able to switch between the classic and remastered versions of the graphics. Next up here, we're talking about Anbernic, and I really should have brought sunglasses today. Anyways, here, Anbernic has just unveiled a brand new handheld. Surprise, surprise. This one is called the RG CubeXX. Now, this is not an improved version of the existing RG Cube. This is a lower priced version that contains the H700 chipset and has the D-pad up top. The general consensus about pricing on this one is it's going to come in around the $70 or possibly lower range, hopefully anyway. It seems like this may be a good option for people who like the RG Cube form factor who don't need all that performance. But anyways, that is all I've got for you in this one. Straight to the point, all stuff and no fluff. There may have been a few fluffs in the background, but generally this morning I haven't seen many animals at all. It's been a little bit quiet in that regard. And I guess too, it might be because it's hunting season. And right now there are active hunters around. You may or may not have heard a pop or two in the background from some of their guns. I'm safe, don't worry. But at the same time here, it has been relatively quiet. I'll do a better job searching for them next time. We talked about a bunch. Let me know your thoughts about absolutely any of it in the comments below. If you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't like this video, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button. Check out my other videos. Don't tempt fate. Save your state.